Alright, start with the intro here. This is also the break section that happens later on in the song. And with this, you know, a lot of the song is just going to be the D and the G string here. With this initial section, we're kind of going to bounce between the D to a G, D to G, like just going in between it, kind of picking between the strings. Any other time, we're going to be just playing both the strings together. And it's all kind of based around the same scale happening here. Start coming on way up here will be 14 on the G, hit an open D, 14 G. Okay. Get some nice chorus delay effect on there, all that good stuff. So we go open D, 14, G, open D, 12 on the G, D to 11 G. Okay, open D to 7 G. Then we do open D, hammer on 5, 7 G twice. Come back off to the 5. Open D to 7 G, open D to 2 G. Okay, so try that all slowly here. So that's like the first half. Second half of it, we kind of start with the open to 14 G, open to 12. Now we're going to come up higher. We come up to open D 16 G, open D back to 14. Okay, back down to the 12. And with the 12, we do that hammer on 12 to 14, 12 to 14, off to 12. Okay, open D to 14 G, open D, and then we come up and do a 15 B. Okay, so that second half slowly. All right, at this point, everybody comes in, we're rocking. And like I said, we're doing the D and the G string just together. Okay, we're not really staggering it, but playing with that same scale. We do a couple up here at the 14 G. Everything is open D with this, okay? So 14 on the G with the Ds, down to a couple 12s, come off to 11, and then we do a 12-11 pull off, so it'd be and from there, we come down to 7s on the G, do a few of those. A couple of 5s, back to a couple 7s, down to the 2. Once we hit that 2, we come way back up, we do a 12-11 pull off, and then off to a couple of 7s. So slowly, it look like this. During the main riff, there's a second acoustic guitar that chimes in kind of towards the end of the riff. All it's doing is a few strums of a G chord. Yeah, so just wait till kind of towards the end of the riff and just do a 1, 2, 1. Just like that. All right, the verse comes along and it's a little bit muted, but we're just hanging with that same open D and you know, changing the fret on the G basically. We hang out here at the 7 on the G initially. Like I said, just kind of give it a little muted strum, come up, and then just hit a couple of just muted D strings. And we're just going to keep that going like that. Okay, that type of strum. And you want to reel that off, you know, maybe 6 times right on there. Just fill out the measures. Then we just bring it down to 5 for a few strums in that same style. And then come all the way up to 12 for a few. And the chords going on with this, it's like a D to a C suspended second to a G. Interlude section, we come up high. We're going to be hanging out in this 12, 14, 16 area, all open Ds with this. So we'll come up and we'll do 12, 14 G, hit that 14 for a little bit, about 8 strums or so. Slide it up to 16, back down to 14. Okay. Pull off from the 14 to 12 for a few strums. Slide to 12 to 11, a couple strums. Hammer that 11 back onto 12. Second part of the interlude kind of starts the same way. We do our 12 to 14, hang out there for a bit, slide it to 16, back down to 14, pull off to 12, a couple strums there, slide it to 11, but we're going to hang on that 11 for a little longer. Then we go down to 9, a few strums, and down to 7. All right, we get a big break section here, and that's kind of that initial guitar section we did. But there's also a second guitar that plays something over it. It's just this little scale to a chord. It's going to do 3 on the A, a quick open D, open G, 4 on the D, and then hit a D power chord. And then that would just chill for a bit. And once the break ends and we get into this post-break section, you just crank out this real quick scale of a 14, 12, 11 on the G with the Ds, open Ds above it. And you just crank that out about 7 times, and then that, 1, 2, 3 strum of the G happens.